I go to talk to somebody, a woman, who confuses me for Ben Mankiewicz. For those of you who don't know, because who knows, you listen to the show for the first time or you've been listening for a couple of months, Ben's my former co-host, right? And a lot of people considered him calmer, right? And I'm a little out of control, right? That's the stereotype. I don't really believe it, but nonetheless. So I'm talking to this woman. She says, "Oh, Ben, it's so good to see you." And I was like, "Did she say Ben or Cenk?" I couldn't quite tell, right? Because it's kind of loud. And she's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Are you just completely on TV now?" I'm like, "No, I'm on the radio. I've never been on TV. I don't know if you know me, right? I don't think they're going to let me on TV, right?" And she's like, "Oh, I just wanted to tell you, you are so much better than your co-host." I was like, "Oh, this is good."
She just came up to you straight up thinking you were Ben?
No. Good question, Dave. Good question. I went up to her, but I didn't, I recognized her because we'd met once before, but I wasn't actually going to talk to her. I was going to talk to the guy next to her who I had recognized, okay? And then she turned around. I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" "Right, sure," right? And then she goes into the Ben and stuff. And the thing is, she didn't just say co-host. She said Cenk on several occasions and said it right. Because my name is not easy if you don't know it right, right? So I was like, how do you not recognize that it's me? And I'm so flummoxed, and I want to tell her she made a mistake. But before I have a chance to tell her that, no, I'm Cenk, right? She goes, "Oh, Cenk, I tell you, that guy is clueless."
And if she has such strong opinions about the two of you, it's very shocking that she wouldn't know that you're Cenk and not Ben.
Yeah, I know. The whole thing was ridiculous. It was awesome, right? She goes, "That guy is clueless." And I was like, now am I going to tell her it's me, right? This thing has just turned into an utter disaster. Now it's so awkward that even I want to leave, right? Normally I wallow in the awkwardness. I love it. And we're having fun. But I'm like, I can't, because at some point she's going to find out I'm not Ben Mankiewicz. It might not be today. It might not be a week from now. But at one point she's going to look at Ben on TV and go, "Oh no, I've made a terrible mistake." Okay? And I was like, I just don't want it to be right now. So I'm trying to get out, and she won't let me go. And she keeps talking about what an ass Cenk is. Okay? She's like, "Oh, I told your brother Josh, but he said to tell you in person, and you are so much better than Cenk. And, that guy, sometimes he drives me crazy." And I was like, okay. And she's like, "You know why?" And I was like, oh, here we go. This is going to be good. She said, "You're more in touch with your female side." I was like, okay, that's cool. Now tell me more. I called Ben right afterwards. I was like, "Oh, what happened? Female side? What's happened?" Which, by the way, this whole thing proves her point completely. Because I'm being a total ass, right? Like, "Oh, is he in touch with his female side? Is that what's happening?" Okay? And she's like, "Yeah, sometimes he just doesn't get it. And you understand women better." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, Ben does. Yeah, he does." And I tell you, man, she went back at it, and then she starts getting into how's married life, because Ben's married and I'm not married, right? I was like, I have got to get out of here, right? I was like, I don't know how to answer. I don't know whether I should say, "Oh, yeah, it's good." I don't know whether I should say, "Look, I got to tell you, after all this, I'm Cenk, not Ben," right? "Hey, sis, you would have voted that way?" And then watch her face go, ooh, yeah, that's unfortunate.